North Korea, a country shrouded in mystery, secrecy, and isolation, is known for its peculiarities and bizarre happenings. The totalitarian regime, led by Kim Jong-un, governs a nation of over 25 million people with an iron fist. From propaganda-filled cities to absurd laws, North Korea possesses a myriad of strange and perplexing phenomena. In this video, we delve into the top 10 weirdest things that only exist in North Korea. Number 1. Fake cities. Kijongdong, also known as the Propaganda Village, is a seemingly ordinary village located in the Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ. However, it is entirely uninhabited and serves as a facade to showcase the prosperity and success of North Korea to the south. This bizarre construct was conceived in the 1950s when the Korean War led to the division of the peninsula into north and south. Kijongdong was created as a psychological warfare tactic, aiming to lure defectors from the south with the promise of a better life. From a distance, Kijongdong appears to be a modern village, featuring multi-storied apartment buildings, schools, and even a hospital. The structures have colorful exteriors and are regularly maintained, giving off the impression that the village is inhabited. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes evident that the buildings are nothing more than empty concrete shells. Their windows are painted on, and there are no signs of life within their walls. The regime meticulously maintains the village, even going as far as switching lights on and off to simulate activity. This ghost town has become a symbol of North Korea's obsession with image and control, as it presents an illusion of progress to the outside world. Despite its eerie emptiness, Kijongdong plays an important role in North Korea's propaganda machinery. Loudspeakers positioned throughout the village blast anti-South Korean and pro-North Korean messages at all hours of the day. These messages range from boasting about the purported successes of the North Korean regime to demeaning South Korea and its allies. In addition to this auditory barrage, Kijongdong is also home to one of the world's tallest flagpoles, measuring 160 meters, 525 feet, in height, which proudly flies the North Korean flag. This towering structure is a testament to the nation's commitment to asserting its power and presence in the region. The DMZ, where Kijongdong is located, is a heavily fortified strip of land that stretches 250 kilometers, 160 miles, across the Korean peninsula, serving as a buffer zone between the two Koreas. This area, ironically, has become a haven for wildlife due to its limited human presence. Tourists visiting the DMZ often observe Kijongdong through binoculars, hoping to catch a glimpse of this mysterious village that stands as a relic of the ongoing tensions between the North and the South. Kijongdong is not the only fake city in North Korea, but it is the most famous one due to its strategic location within the DMZ. The North Korean regime has a history of constructing Potemkin villages, elaborate facades designed to deceive others, to present an image of prosperity and progress. This strategy is intended to not only intimidate its adversaries, but also to maintain the loyalty and support of its citizens by perpetuating the myth of a successful and powerful nation. This enigmatic place serves as a poignant reminder of the lengths to which the North Korean regime will go to maintain control over its people and manipulate the perception of the outside world. Kijongdong, in all its artificiality, is a testament to the enduring impact of the Cold War and the ongoing tensions that persist on the Korean peninsula. The existence of Kijongdong and other similar constructs in North Korea raises questions about the nature of the regime and the role of deception in maintaining power. As the world continues to grapple with the complexities and uncertainties surrounding North Korea, the ghostly presence of Kijongdong stands as a stark reminder of the intricate webs of manipulation and control that permeate this enigmatic nation. Number 2. The Ryugyong Hotel. The Ryugyong Hotel, a 105-story skyscraper in Pyongyang, stands as a towering symbol of North Korea's ambitions. This colossal structure, with its iconic pyramidal shape, has become a fixture of the city's skyline, even though it remains unopened to the public. The story of the Ryugyong Hotel is one of ambition, mismanagement, and the complexities of a nation striving to assert itself on the world stage. Construction of the hotel began in 1987, during a period when North Korea was seeking to showcase its prowess and challenge the perception of the nation as a reclusive and backward state. The project was envisioned to be the tallest hotel in the world at the time, surpassing other iconic structures like the Westin Stamford Hotel in Singapore. As a symbol of progress and modernity, the Ryugyong Hotel was intended to attract international attention and stimulate the nation's fledgling tourism industry. However, the project soon encountered difficulties. By the early 1990s, North Korea was grappling with an economic crisis, exacerbated by the collapse of the Soviet Union, which had been a major trading partner and source of support for the country. Amidst dwindling resources, construction of the hotel ground to a halt in 1992, leaving the building's skeleton as a looming presence in the city's skyline. The incomplete structure became an embarrassment for the North Korean regime, and it was removed from maps and official documentation for years. The unfinished structure remained untouched for 16 years before work resumed in 2008, thanks to a partnership with an Egyptian telecommunications company, Orascom. The resumption of construction coincided with the nation's attempts to revive its economy and improve its international image. The exterior of the hotel was completed in 2011, with the installation of glass panels and a sleek facade that gave the structure its distinctive appearance. Yet, despite its completed exterior, the Ryugyong Hotel has not opened its doors to the public. Speculations abound as to why the hotel remains closed, with some suggesting that the building is structurally unsound and unable to withstand natural disasters such as earthquakes. Reports indicate that the hotel's construction was plagued by issues, including the use of substandard materials and poor workmanship. These alleged defects raise questions about the safety and viability of the structure, potentially explaining why it has not welcomed any guests. Others argue that the delay in opening the hotel is due to a lack of investment and the absence of a suitable international partner to manage the facility. The North Korean regime has approached several luxury hotel chains, including Kempinski, but no deal has been finalized. With ongoing economic sanctions and limited international engagement, finding a partner to manage the hotel has proven to be challenging. The Ryugyong Hotel's presence in Pyongyang is a stark reminder of the nation's aspirations and the challenges it faces. The empty structure, with its imposing height and striking design, is at once a symbol of North Korea's ambition and a testament to the struggles of a nation attempting to assert itself in a rapidly changing world. As an architectural marvel that remains uninhabited and closed to the public, the Ryugyong Hotel has become a source of fascination for those interested in North Korea's peculiarities. The hotel's staggering 3,000 rooms and multiple facilities, including revolving restaurants and conference spaces, suggest a grand vision that has not yet been realized. Whether the hotel will ever open its doors remains uncertain, but the Ryugyong Hotel's enigmatic existence continues to captivate observers and provide a unique window into the complexities of North Korea. Number 3. Arirang Mass Games. The Arirang Mass Games, held in North Korea's capital, Pyongyang, are an extraordinary display of synchronized gymnastics, acrobatics, and dance performances that embody the nation's collective identity, culture, and ideology. The event, which takes place annually, is one of the largest human spectacles in the world and serves as a powerful tool of political propaganda. Named after the famous Korean folk song, Arirang, the mass games have their origins in the early years of North Korea's founding. They were established to celebrate the country's founding leader, Kim Il-sung, and to promote national unity and cohesion. Over the years, the event has evolved into a highly choreographed and elaborate production designed to showcase the nation's strength, discipline, and solidarity. The mass games are held at the Rungrado 1st of May Stadium, the largest stadium in the world. With a seating capacity of over 150,000, the event brings together up to 100,000 performers, including gymnasts, dancers, musicians, and even school children, who participate in synchronized routines and formations that create awe-inspiring visuals. The performances are accompanied by a large-scale backdrop made up of thousands of individual cards, which are held up by participants to create massive murals depicting scenes from North Korean history and propaganda. These human mosaics are a striking example of the intricate coordination and dedication required to stage the event. The themes of the mass games are closely tied to the ideology and values promoted by the North Korean regime. Performances often include depictions of the country's revolutionary history, the leadership of the ruling Kim family, and the struggles and achievements of the North Korean people. By reinforcing these narratives, the event serves as a powerful reminder of the nation's shared identity and purpose. One of the most iconic aspects of the Arirang Mass Games is the level of discipline, precision, and synchronization demonstrated by the performers. Months of rigorous training and practice go into preparing for the event, with performers dedicating long hours to perfecting their routines. This emphasis on discipline and collectivism reflects the values promoted by the North Korean regime and serves to highlight the nation's ability to mobilize its people in pursuit of a common goal. For foreign visitors, the Arirang Mass Games offer a unique glimpse into the culture and society of North Korea. The event, while undoubtedly spectacular and mesmerizing, also raises questions about the role of propaganda, conformity, and the limits of artistic expression in a totalitarian society. The mass games serve as a fascinating yet unsettling window into the realities of life in North Korea, as the nation's collective identity is forged and reinforced through the medium of performance. In recent years, the Arirang Mass Games have been subject to increasing scrutiny from international observers and human rights organizations. Critics argue that the event is a manifestation of the regime's control over its citizens, and that the participants, particularly children, are subject to harsh conditions and training regimens in preparation for the performances. Despite these controversies, the Arirang Mass Games continue to be a source of pride and national identity for North Koreans. The event is a testament to the nation's ability to produce awe-inspiring displays of human talent and coordination, while also serving as a powerful reminder of the complex relationship between art, ideology, and power in one of the world's most secretive and enigmatic countries. Number 4. State-controlled haircuts. In North Korea, personal appearance and grooming are closely regulated by the state as a means of maintaining control over its citizens and upholding the regime's image. One of the most peculiar and striking aspects of this control is the state-sanctioned haircuts, which dictate the permissible hairstyles for men and women in the country. According to state guidelines, there are a limited number of approved haircuts that North Korean citizens can choose from, typically around 10 for men and 18 for women. These haircuts are designed to promote a conservative and uniform appearance, reflecting the nation's emphasis on conformity and social order. The haircuts vary in style, but they are generally short and modest, with longer hair being viewed as a symbol of capitalist decadence and moral corruption. For men, the haircuts are usually short and tidy, with the hair length not exceeding 5 centimeters, 2 inches, and sideburns trimmed above the ears. Young men are encouraged to keep their hair even shorter, around 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches, while older men may have slightly longer hair to account for thinning. The ambitious haircut, reminiscent of the hairstyle worn by the country's leader Kim Jong-un, is one of the most popular choices for men in North Korea. For women, the approved hairstyles depend on factors such as age and marital status. Unmarried women are expected to keep their hair short and modest, while married women may have slightly longer hair and are allowed to wear a limited selection of hair accessories. In general, women's hair should not be dyed or permed, as these styles are considered to be influenced by Western culture and therefore a threat to the nation's ideological purity. These state-mandated haircuts are enforced through regular inspections and campaigns carried out by government officials and local community groups. Hair salons and barber shops are required to display posters and images of the approved hairstyles, and those who do not comply with the regulations may face fines, criticism, or even public shaming. It is worth noting, however, that some North Koreans may have access to more diverse hairstyle options, particularly those living in the capital, Pyongyang, and other major cities where the state's control is less pervasive. The enforcement of state-controlled haircuts in North Korea reflects the regime's desire to exert control over every aspect of its citizens' lives, including their personal appearance. By dictating the permissible hairstyles, the state seeks to suppress individual expression and maintain a sense of unity and conformity among its people. This control over personal appearance is just one aspect of the wider system of social control in North Korea, which also extends to clothing, makeup, and other forms of self-expression. For outsiders, the concept of state-sanctioned haircuts may seem bizarre and oppressive, serving as a vivid illustration of the extent of the North Korean regime's control over its people. However, for North Koreans, these regulations are a part of everyday life, a testament to the regime's ability to shape and define the nation's identity through seemingly mundane aspects of personal appearance. State-controlled haircuts in North Korea provide a unique insight into the complex interplay between power, ideology, and personal expression in a country that remains largely closed off to the rest of the world. The enforced conformity of hairstyle choices not only reflects the regime's desire for control, but also serves as a stark reminder of the restrictions and limitations that North Korean citizens face in their daily lives. Number 5. Traffic ladies. In the bustling streets of Pyongyang, North Korea's capital, an unusual and captivating sight has captured the attention of visitors and locals alike: the traffic ladies. These impeccably dressed young women are responsible for directing traffic in the city, serving as an iconic symbol of North Korea's unique blend of authority, beauty, and order. The traffic ladies, formerly known as traffic security officers, have been a part of Pyongyang's urban landscape since the 1980s. They are selected from the ranks of the country's police force based on specific criteria, such as age, height, and physical appearance. Candidates must be between 16 and 26 years old, at least 1.65 meters, 5 feet 4 inches, tall, and possess an attractive and pleasant demeanor. In addition to these requirements, they must also demonstrate loyalty to the ruling party, possess a clean family background, and be unmarried. Once selected, the traffic ladies undergo rigorous training to master the various hand signals and gestures used to direct traffic. Their movements are characterized by their precision, fluidity, and grace, as they effortlessly guide cars, buses, and bicycles through the busy intersections of the city. They are equipped with batons, whistles, and traffic paddles to aid in their duties, and they rotate positions every 30 minutes to maintain alertness and focus. The uniforms worn by the traffic ladies are designed to be both functional and visually appealing. They consist of a crisp, tailored blue blouse with a red armband that bears the emblem of the country's police force, a knee-length navy blue skirt, and a peaked cap adorned with a shiny badge. In colder months, they don additional layers, such as long coats and gloves, to keep warm. The uniform is completed with comfortable yet stylish, low-heeled shoes that allow them to perform their duties with ease and elegance. The traffic ladies are not only responsible for maintaining order on the streets of Pyongyang, but also serve as a symbol of the nation's commitment to discipline and public service. They embody the values of duty, loyalty, and beauty as they represent the face of the country's law enforcement. Their presence is a constant reminder of the state's control and authority in the lives of North Korean citizens. For foreign visitors, the traffic ladies are a source of fascination and admiration, as they represent a unique aspect of North Korean culture and society. Their distinctive appearance and professionalism have earned them a devoted following, both within the country and internationally. However, the traffic ladies are not immune to the challenges and hardships faced by other North Koreans. They work long hours, often in harsh weather conditions, and are subject to strict codes of conduct and discipline. The traffic ladies of Pyongyang are a captivating embodiment of North Korea's unique blend of authority, order, and beauty. Their presence on the streets of the capital serves as a testament to the nation's commitment to discipline and control, while also offering a glimpse into the lives of the individuals who strive to maintain order amidst the complexities of daily life in one of the world's most enigmatic countries. Through their grace and precision, the traffic ladies continue to captivate the imagination of all who encounter them, providing a window into the intricacies of North Korean society and culture. Number 6. Peculiar time zone. North Korea's time zone, known as Pyongyang time or Korean Standard Time, is another unusual aspect of the country that underscores its isolation and unique identity. On August 15, 2015, North Korea made the decision to turn back its clocks by 30 minutes, creating a time zone that is distinct from both its neighbors, South Korea and Japan, and the rest of the world. Before the establishment of Pyongyang time, North Korea shared the same time zone as South Korea and Japan, which was UTC +9. The decision to change the time zone was announced by the North Korean government as a means to distance itself from Japan, which had colonized the Korean peninsula from 1910 to 1945. By reverting to a time zone that was in use prior to Japanese colonization, North Korea sought to assert its national identity and independence, and to symbolically erase the legacy of Japanese imperialism. The adoption of Pyongyang time has had a variety of practical implications for the nation and its interactions with the outside world. For instance, North Korea's different time zone has complicated matters for businesses and organizations that operate across the Korean peninsula, as they must adjust their schedules and communication to accommodate the time difference. Additionally, the time zone change has posed challenges for international travelers, who must be mindful of the 30-minute discrepancy when making arrangements for flights, trains, and other forms of transportation. For North Korean citizens, the establishment of a unique time zone serves as a reminder of the nation's distinct identity and historical narrative. The time zone change highlights the ruling regime's emphasis on self-reliance and independence, known as Juche ideology, which forms the backbone of the nation's political and social structure. By creating a time zone that is separate from its neighbors, North Korea reinforces the notion that it is a unique and self-sustaining nation that is not beholden to the influence of external powers. However, the decision to adopt Pyongyang time has also been met with criticism from some quarters. Critics argue that the time zone change is a symbolic act that serves little practical purpose and only serves to further isolate the nation from the global community. They contend that the move is emblematic of North Korea's insularity and disregard for international norms, which ultimately harms the country's ability to engage with the rest of the world. In 2018, there was a brief moment of hope for synchronization between the North and South Korean time zones during the Inter-Korean Summit, when the leaders of the two nations agreed to work towards unification. South Korean President Moon Jae-in even presented North Korean leader Kim Jong-un with a symbolic gift, a wall clock set to South Korean time. However, as relations between the two nations have since cooled, North Korea continues to maintain its unique time zone. The peculiar time zone of North Korea serves as a striking example of the nation's commitment to asserting its distinct identity and history, even in the face of practical challenges and global norms. As a symbol of independence and self-reliance, Pyongyang time is a constant reminder of the nation's unique position in the world and the complexities that arise from its isolation and enigmatic nature. 7. Three-generation punishment policy. One of the most chilling and disturbing aspects of North Korean society is its notorious three-generation punishment policy, a system of collective punishment that targets not only the accused, but also their entire family for up to 3 generations. This policy, rooted in the nation's emphasis on group responsibility and conformity, serves as a powerful tool of control and repression for the ruling regime. The three-generation punishment policy was instituted under the reign of North Korea's founding leader, Kim Il-sung, as part of the nation's broader system of political repression. The policy is based on the principle of Yeonjwaje, which translates to guilt by association. According to this principle, an individual's actions, particularly those deemed as crimes against the state or its leaders, are considered to reflect the moral and political character of their entire family. As a result, when an individual is accused of a political crime, their parents, children, and even grandchildren may also face punishment, regardless of their involvement or knowledge of the alleged crime. Punishments under the three-generation policy can be severe, ranging from imprisonment in labor camps and forced labor to public executions. These labor camps, also known as Kwanli-so, are infamous for their brutal conditions, with prisoners subjected to torture, forced labor, starvation, and disease. Families of the accused are often forcibly relocated to these camps where they may spend the rest of their lives. The policy serves as a highly effective deterrent against dissent and opposition to the regime, as individuals are keenly aware of the potential consequences for their loved ones if they are accused of disloyalty. By instilling a deep sense of fear and paranoia among its citizens, the North Korean government is able to maintain a high degree of control over the population and suppress any potential challenges to its authority. For those who have managed to escape North Korea, the three-generation punishment policy remains a haunting reminder of the injustices and cruelties inflicted upon their families. Defectors often recount harrowing stories of their experiences in labor camps, the separation from their loved ones, and the knowledge that their families continue to suffer as a result of their escape. International human rights organizations and governments have widely condemned the three-generation punishment policy, citing it as a clear violation of basic human rights principles, including the right to a fair trial and freedom from collective punishment. Despite this criticism, the policy remains firmly in place as the North Korean government continues to prioritize maintaining its grip on power over the welfare and rights of its citizens. In summary, the three-generation punishment policy in North Korea is a chilling and brutal system of repression that serves as a stark reminder of the regime's commitment to absolute control over its population. By targeting entire families for the alleged crimes of a single individual, the policy instills a pervasive sense of fear and paranoia among the nation's citizens, ensuring that dissent and opposition remain a rarity in the isolated and enigmatic nation. As a testament to the lengths to which the North Korean government is willing to go to maintain its authority, the three-generation punishment policy stands as a haunting symbol of the nation's dark and repressive nature. 8. The arduous march and forced loyalty. The mid-1990s marked a devastating period for North Korea, as the country faced a catastrophic famine, now infamously known as the Arduous March. This period of severe food shortages lasting from 1994 to 1998 was brought on by a combination of economic mismanagement, political isolation, and natural disasters, leading to the deaths of an estimated 240,000 to 3.5 million people. Amidst this harrowing backdrop, the North Korean regime used the crisis as an opportunity to further reinforce its grip on power and ensure the loyalty of its citizens through a series of strict policies and propaganda campaigns. As the famine took hold, the North Korean government employed a number of strategies to control the distribution of food and resources within the country. Rations were reduced, and citizens were encouraged to consume alternative sources of sustenance, such as tree bark and grass, in order to survive. These measures, while intended to preserve the limited food supplies available, often led to widespread malnutrition and further exacerbated the crisis. Simultaneously, the regime launched a massive propaganda campaign aimed at strengthening loyalty to the ruling party and its leaders. Slogans such as, "Let's uphold our great leader with rice," and "We have nothing to envy in the world," were used to promote the idea that the North Korean people were resilient and self-reliant in the face of adversity. These messages were pervasive, permeating every aspect of daily life, from newspapers and billboards to songs and television programs. One of the most significant aspects of this propaganda campaign was the encouragement of citizens to demonstrate their loyalty to the regime through forced displays of patriotism. During the Arduous March, North Koreans were expected to participate in mass rallies and events, despite the scarcity of food and resources. They were also required to donate money, food, and other essential items to the state as a show of their devotion to the ruling party and its leaders. These forced displays of loyalty often came at a high cost, with citizens who failed to demonstrate sufficient enthusiasm or support facing severe consequences. Non-compliance could result in punishment, ranging from public humiliation and re-education to imprisonment in labor camps. Consequently, the fear of retribution served as a powerful motivator, ensuring that North Koreans would continue to participate in these demonstrations of loyalty despite the dire circumstances. While the Arduous March has long since ended, its impact on North Korean society continues to be felt. The famine, coupled with the regime's insistence on loyalty and conformity, has left an indelible mark on the nation's collective psyche. For those who lived through the crisis, the memory of hunger and suffering is inextricably linked to the images of mass rallies and forced patriotism. In conclusion, the arduous march and the forced displays of loyalty during the famine serve as a powerful illustration of the North Korean regime's ability to maintain control over its citizens, even in the midst of immense hardship and tragedy. By leveraging the crisis as an opportunity to reinforce patriotism and loyalty, the government managed to strengthen its grip on power despite the unimaginable suffering of the North Korean people. This dark period in the nation's history underscores the lengths to which the regime will go to ensure its survival, using fear and coercion as a means of maintaining order and conformity in a society marked by pain and loss. Number 9. Mass games and the art of collective performance. A remarkable feature of North Korean culture and propaganda is the phenomenon of mass games, large-scale performances that showcase the nation's ideology, history, and accomplishments through a blend of synchronized gymnastics, acrobatics, dance, and music. These grandiose spectacles are a testament to the regime's emphasis on collectivism and unity, as thousands of participants work together in perfect harmony to create elaborate, awe-inspiring displays of artistry and discipline. Mass games, known as Arirang, after a famous Korean folk song, are held periodically in Pyongyang's May Day Stadium, the largest stadium in the world by seating capacity. The performances involve tens of thousands of participants, including athletes, dancers, musicians, and students, who train for months, sometimes years, to perfect their routines. The ultimate goal is to achieve flawless synchronization and coordination in a powerful demonstration of the strength and unity of the North Korean people. A key element of the mass games is the use of large-scale human mosaics, in which thousands of students hold up colored cards to create intricate images and scenes that serve as the backdrop for the performances. These mosaics often depict important events and figures in North Korean history, as well as scenes that emphasize the nation's commitment to self-reliance, independence, and national pride. The human mosaics, which require incredible precision and timing to execute, underscore the central theme of collectivism that pervades the mass games. The mass games are a significant part of North Korea's propaganda apparatus, as they reinforce the regime's narrative of a strong, united, and prosperous nation. By showcasing the skill, discipline, and harmony of the performers, the government seeks to promote the idea that North Korea's unique system of governance and ideology is the key to the country's success. The performances also serve to instill a sense of patriotism and loyalty among the audience, who are encouraged to take pride in the accomplishments of their fellow citizens and the nation as a whole. For the participants, the mass games represent an opportunity to demonstrate their devotion to the state and its leaders. Rigorous training and dedication to the performance are seen as expressions of loyalty and commitment to the greater good of the nation. The grueling rehearsals, which can last for several hours a day, are also seen as an opportunity to develop discipline, perseverance, and a strong work ethic, values that are highly prized in North Korean society. Despite the impressive nature of the mass games, they have not been without controversy. Critics argue that the performances are a tool of manipulation and control, used to indoctrinate the population and perpetuate the cult of personality surrounding the ruling Kim dynasty. Furthermore, concerns have been raised about the welfare of the performers, particularly the children who participate in the games, as they are subjected to a demanding and exhausting training regimen. In conclusion, the mass games of North Korea provide a fascinating insight into the nation's unique culture, values, and propaganda efforts. These elaborate and mesmerizing performances are a testament to the regime's emphasis on collectivism, discipline, and unity, as thousands of participants come together to create a spectacle of unrivaled scale and precision. At the same time, the mass games also serve as a powerful tool of indoctrination and control, as the regime seeks to shape the hearts and minds of its citizens through the art of collective performance. Number 10. The Cult of Personality and the Eternal Leaders. A defining characteristic of North Korean society is the cult of personality surrounding its ruling family, the Kims. Over the past 7 decades, the regime has carefully crafted and maintained the mythology and reverence associated with its leaders, portraying them as godlike figures and eternal guardians of the nation. This cult of personality, which permeates every aspect of daily life in North Korea, is both a tool of control and a reflection of the nation's unique political and social landscape. The founder of North Korea, Kim Il-sung, is at the center of this cult of personality. Known as the Great Leader, or Eternal President, he is revered as a godlike figure who single-handedly built and nurtured the nation. His image adorns public buildings, monuments, and homes, and his teachings and philosophies form the basis of the country's political ideology, known as Juche. This veneration extends to his successors, Kim Jong-il, the Dear Leader, and Eternal General Secretary, and Kim Jong-un, the current leader of North Korea. The mythology surrounding the Kim dynasty is extensive and intricate, encompassing supernatural and miraculous stories about their births, lives, and achievements. For example, it is claimed that Kim Il-sung could control the weather, that Kim Jong-il was born under a double rainbow and never needed to use the bathroom, and that Kim Jong-un could drive a car at the age of 3. These stories, while seemingly fantastical to outsiders, serve to reinforce the idea that the leaders possess extraordinary powers and are destined to guide and protect the nation. This cult of personality is cultivated and sustained through a variety of mechanisms, including education, propaganda, and ritual. From an early age, North Korean children are taught to revere their leaders, with school curriculums centered around their lives, teachings, and accomplishments. State-run media constantly promotes the image of the leaders as wise, benevolent, and omnipotent, while large-scale public celebrations and ceremonies, such as the mass games, serve to reinforce their godlike status. The cult of personality also extends to the veneration of deceased leaders, who are considered eternal, and continue to exert influence over the nation from beyond the grave. For example, Kim Il-sung's preserved body lies in state in the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, a grand mausoleum in Pyongyang, where citizens and foreign visitors alike are expected to pay their respects. Similarly, the birthdays of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il are celebrated as national holidays, marked by lavish parades, fireworks displays, and other commemorative events. The cult of personality surrounding the Kim dynasty serves several purposes for the North Korean regime. First and foremost, it cements the absolute authority of the ruling family, as their godlike status makes them immune to criticism and dissent. Additionally, it reinforces the nation's political ideology and serves as a unifying force, fostering a sense of collective identity and loyalty among the population. In conclusion, the cult of personality and the reverence for the eternal leaders in North Korea are integral components of the nation's political and social fabric. By fostering an unwavering devotion to the ruling family, the regime is able to maintain control, suppress dissent, and preserve its unique system of governance. As a testament to the power of myth and the human capacity for devotion, the cult of personality in North Korea offers a fascinating insight into the inner workings of one of the world's most enigmatic nations.